Americans with the messenger of third eye knowledge. This is to follow up my program I released. Hopefully it's available by midnight. I wanted to speak to the country because it's serious. We can accidentally re-elect Mr. Trump. I'm not calling him President Trump. Your president is giving you so many truths. And maybe Trump supporters will listen to this. You all think it's a joke. You all think they're picking on the president and they're leftist. No, you have a sociopath in the executive seat, a madman. Years ago, right after the Great Depression in the middle of World War II, legislation was drawn up. And this legislation, which was drawn up by Congress during the Great Wars, I call them all the Great Wars because some of these wars were very important, because it involved them drawing up legislation of final objectives. Final objectives in which compromise protection to this country, which is known as defense, biomedical, biochemical warfare or nuclear war was to happen to this country. There would be final objectives on how to stop the spread of any biomedical warfare, and I'm going to focus on biomedical warfare. Most of us know that coronavirus appeared. So it was drawn up in a lab. Nobody still to this day is contact tracing, shutting down all the testing sites, because they can just whip out fucking massive walls and sanction our cities and let us all die. Those are last minute measures. Those are last resorts. And this president knows that. Lately, there's been reports and correspondence speaking of Trump now dragging the football with him, and if you want to know what the football is, I refuse to disclose this on social media because I don't want them to pull this video. This is very important. Type in Cold War legislation, last resorts, the Pentagon and the military and Department of Defense, and read that legislation. This is bigger than what you are all thinking it is. Now, I'm not knocking anybody for thinking that. I'm not knocking anybody in this video but Trump supporters, because I'm calling you out right now. Back in 2016, a good portion of this country should have done research on their presidential candidate to a T. Looked at his portfolio, looked at his work history, business history, his business endeavors, the way he handled situations and deals with other people, the way he acted during situations of pressure, and nobody did that. You heard a good sales pitch and you went for it, and that's what the downfall of this country is now seeing. This country is now seeing a massive downfall of economy and society and possible beginning stages of human extinction in the United States of America, and here's why. Not only Dr. Fauci, but every single CDC expert known on this planet right now is predicting that about maybe 50 to 60% of this country will be dead by next year, and 80% of it will be infected with coronavirus. And many of you know, and if you don't know, this virus is mutated. It is transmissible faster when it is cold, and we're running out of time. The fall is around the corner. None of us have been focusing, I don't believe, on stocking away money, important medications and medicines. Because the next time they're not shutting down the country, they're going to sanction it off. They're going to do a lot more than bar us travel from China. They're going to bar us traveling from anywhere. And the states around this country that are going to be the highest infected will be blocked off. You will not be allowed through any border without screens. And if it gets to a point where you are all infected and you cannot get better, they'll sanction you off to die. That's how serious this can get. A lot of us make jokes about post-apocalyptic images and, scenes and situations, but what is stopping it now? A lot of other people that review my videos, America, they ask questions like, why isn't your country running around like chickens with their head cut off, demanding answers and real leaders? Because you're quiet and silent, you're angry. What are you going to do when they finally tell you the truth about the real shortages of meat, milk, and other products in which we need to sustain during situations that call for that? None of you know. The reason why your president didn't shut down the Tyson chicken industries is because Tucker Carlson would have made a huge stink about it, because he's the heir to the Tyson chicken dynasty. And Tucker Carlson, I don't believe now, but Fox is a major ally to Trump and the administration. And all of them have stocks and bonds tied up with Tyson chicken. Once again, the information is at your disposal. So basically the point of this video tonight, America, is if there has ever been a time in this country where the American people need to look at the situation seriously, now's the time. You have a man in the executive seat that won't care but to sanction off this country and only allow the 2% to receive the coronavirus testing and care services in which he feels is appropriate. This president is famous, this joke is famous for cronyism and favoritism. What makes you think he won't drop the working and low income class like rhymes? Or bars that an MC don't want to use? Or lyrics to a song that a musician don't want to sing? That's the shit y'all need to seriously think about. All over social media, you guys are really not hearing it. Or if you do hear it, you're scared. The truth of the matter is, the winter will be the biggest truth. Coronavirus loves the cold, like Cadillacs to chrome. And then we'll truly see who is really about what. You have seen America a lot. That's why I refuse to dog anybody. We have seen things this year that nobody would have ever thought they would see in their lifetime. So I wish everybody a great evening. Utilize this video as a warning, as a message. In all reality, time is running out. And I advise everyone to prepare disaster kits. Food, water, medicine, a trusted ally, with your family, of course. And if shit gets bad, work on an address to get access to state-funded health care. The coronavirus is spiking drastically. 32 states out of 50. Take this information seriously.